I'm excited to be with y'all tonight. My name is Eric Johnson, creator and CEO of Teamzy, coming to you live from my home in San Diego, California. And tonight's topic is how to get started right with Teamzy to become a hashtag PowerHour boss. So tonight, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take you through the process of setting up Teamzy. It's so easy. I actually had someone reach out to me the other day and said, I was so intimidated, I didn't even start. It's actually quite easy to set up. So I'll show you how to do it. Then I'm going to take you through the workflows of how to do a power hour. Teamzy is designed to help you get all your income producing activities done in less than an hour a day. How cool is that? That's why you're going to be a power hour boss after this call tonight. So I'm going to take you through the process, show you how to set it up. I'll show you the workflows for a power hour, how to connect easily with 20 people a day in less than 30 minutes. How cool is that? And how to keep up with all that, log it in Teamzy, log your follow-ups, set up your, help, how to take the transition to the sale and everything in Teamzy. So we'll do all that tonight, and then we'll do question and answer. If you've got questions, you can go ahead and load those in at any point. You can ask the questions. I'm going to answer as many of them as I can get to. If for some reason we don't get to one of your questions, somebody on my team will follow up and answer it for you. So don't worry, we will make sure that we help you out with all your questions. So you guys ready to get started? Okay, let's dive on in. So first, just a little bit of intro. Again, tonight's topic, get started right with Teamzy, become a power hour boss. Feel free to start hashtagging stuff with that hashtag tomorrow, because you will now be feeling powerful. Just to give you a little backstory, here's a great shot of my family. These are the people who give me the strength and courage to continue on a daily basis. But I'm a husband and father first and foremost, and I also help busy network marketers build their businesses. I've been a professional business coach for the past 20 years. Oh my gosh, that's where these little gray hairs come from. 20 years of business coaching, which is pretty cool. I'm also the founder of Teamzy. You guys know that because this is a Teamzy training. Teamzy is probably the top CRM right now in the network marketing industry, which is pretty cool. And over the past 4 years, I've had the honor to train more than 100,000 network marketers. So I'm excited to work with you tonight and hopefully share a few tips and tricks. That's what I'm trying to say. Tips and tricks with you guys tonight. Okay. So here's kind of my story. About 5 years ago, you already know that I've been in the business consulting and coaching industry for 20 years. About 5 years ago, I was looking for a little side hustle. And I took a good look at network marketing, thought it seemed like a really smart opportunity. And the challenge that I had was that I was always working. I don't know, you guys could probably relate to this. I felt like I was always working. And what I wanted was more time with my family. What I wanted was more financial freedom. My career, though as rewarding as it was, had me feeling a little bit stuck in life. And so I needed to figure out how to do something on the side that could give me time freedom and financial freedom. At the same time, though, I just didn't have time right now to build my business. So I wanted to figure out how could I get it all done in less than an hour? That way I could leverage the little bit of time I had and start building something on the side. So these were the things that I knew I needed to get done, and I wanted to get done in my power hour. Number one, to stay in touch with all of my contacts. Okay, stay in touch with all of my contacts. And just that's as simple as it sounds, but if you want to build relationships, which is the key to this successful business, you have to be in regular contact with people. So I wanted a way to do that. Also, I wanted to know when to contact people and even when not to contact people. In other words, I wanted a system that would help me get right into it without having to think or plan. See, the planning takes so much time in this business. The planning, the tracking, all that. I just wanted something that would help me just, hey, Eric, here's what you're going to do. Go do it. Also, what am I going to say? I wanted to know what to say to people. It took me a long time to figure out how to start genuine conversations with people without coming across salesy, right? So I really wanted something to help me with that. Also, I needed a way to follow up seamlessly so that people didn't fall through the cracks. Right? This is the biggest problem right now in our industry, is that we work so hard to get leads or get people interested. We don't follow up properly, and most of those don't go anywhere, right? I'm sure you guys have felt this too. So I wanted a system that would help me do all these things and get it done in less than an hour. There was one more thing I wanted to get done too, one more essential item. It had to be easy to use because I'm really not good at complicated technology. I don't like it. I don't like it. My kids make fun of me because I still think my iPhone's a little bit complicated, right? And that's pretty easy. So I needed a system that would do all those things to be easy to use. You guys know where the story's going. It didn't exist. It didn't exist. There was nothing out there in our industry that was compelling, nothing that was easy to use. And finally, nothing based on building relationships, right? So that's where I came in and we built it. We got together some people that were smarter than me. We built Teamzy. Okay, so just to give you a little background on what's happened to Teamzy, and this says 4 years, but now we're going on 5 now. We're in our 5th year, 4.5, 4.75, something like that. So in that time, we've had more than 120,000 network marketers use Teamzy, which is, that number is amazes and humbles me, especially since, you know, Teamzy is not some corporate driven, you know, big investor. We built this thing and we have shared it, and it has just shared through word of mouth, 120,000 people. It's pretty cool. And including you guys. So thank you for being with me tonight. Just to give you an idea of results, people actively using Teamzy, they're averaging 21 new customers and 9 new recruits to their teams over 90 days. People actively using it, okay? And when I say actively, I'm gonna demonstrate that tonight. I'm gonna show you exactly what it looks like to be using Teamzy actively so you can get average results like this. Okay. All right, let's dive out of here. Enough intro. Let's go into Teamzy. So first thing I want you guys to know is this, is if you're not already using Teamzy, you can get a free trial for at teamzy.com. It's free for 30 days. We don't ask you for your credit card. We don't ask you for, you know, any weird information. We just want you to get in there and use Teamzy for free for a month so you can really get a feel for the value that it's going to bring to your business. Okay, fair enough? So if you haven't done it, go to teamzy.com, set up your free trial. Now, when you first log into the free trial, it's going to bring you into a setup wizard. And this is designed for people like me who don't want complicated. This is to help you set up Teamzy really easy. Okay, so let me take you through this and show you how it works. Let me share my screen with you. Okay, so here's the setup wizard, okay? So when you first log into your free trial, you'll see this screen. You can watch the video from me. We'll skip it today. We'll go to the next screen. You can sign up to hear from us on Facebook if you'd like. Great. Now, first thing I want you to really focus on is setting your income goal. Setting your income goal. Now, Teamzy does something pretty cool. You tell it what you want to earn, and it will tell you what to do every day. Remember I said that was the one thing I wanted, was a system that just told me what to do every day? This is so cool. You never have to wonder what to do. You always know what to do next. So look, you can see my goal's at 150. Now, if you slide this little ball up, it increases your goal. If you bring it down, it makes it a little bit more modest. Okay. Now, depending on whatever goal you set, Teamzy changes the numbers of contacts that you need to be making on a daily basis. Now, don't freak out. This is on a 5-day work week, okay? 5 days a week. So you still get to have a life. Now, you can work more if you want. But that's okay. So look, I'm going to put it at 150,000. That was my actual goal the first time, you know, I sat down to start this business. So at 150,000 annual goal, this is the goal I'd like to be at 12 months from now. Teamzy's telling me that I would need to connect with 9 prospects each day, 6 current or past customers each day, and 4 distributors on my team each day. That's 19 people I'm going to reach out to. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate this to you in a second, but it will literally take you less than 30 minutes to reach out to those 19 people. So 150,000 a year, you're halfway done with your power hour in 30 minutes. Pretty cool, right? Okay. Just a quick note, if I have leaders on this call who already have a significant income from their business, when you set this goal, you're going to set the number for the amount of increase you want to see next year. Okay. So if you want to increase your income by 150,000, that's your goal. All right. Not the total number. Okay. Next, let's hit continue. Oops, I skipped a page. Let's see if it lets me go back. Here we go. All right. So the next page here is importing contacts. We want to get all your contacts imported into Teamzy into one place. This is so important. This is like, if you hired me to be your business coach, the first thing I would tell you have to do is get all your contacts on one list organized. Okay, so we're going to do that in Teamzy. So you're going to get your back office, your team, your customers, all your Facebook friends, Instagram followers, email contacts, whatever you have, get them all into Teamzy, okay, in one place. Forget the sticky note system or the running around looking for pads of paper where you wrote stuff down, napkins. I don't know what you've done in the past, but until you feel organized, you cannot actually build a business. You're just going to feel scattered. We're going to get them all into Teamzy. Now, Teamzy is cloud-based, which means you always have access to it if your smartphone's nearby. You don't have to go find that sticky note. It's in your phone always. Now, what's magical, besides it being in one place organized, and we'll show you guys this in a second. We're going to skip this page. But Teamzy takes those contacts and does something amazing. And we have a special algorithm that plans your day for you so that nobody ever falls through the cracks. I'll show you how that works in a second. So once you have all those guys in, and you can, once you can import your bulk files, you can just keep going back to import another file until you get them all in there. Okay, then you're ready to launch. All right. Now, if any point of those pages that I just went through really quickly stump you, I want you to know that right here on the left side of your Teamzy, once you're in there, you can click on Help Center, and there's tutorials and videos and step-by-step instructions for every step of the way. It's impossible for you to get lost. We also have a live team of professionals who you can reach out and talk to as well. Okay, so here's my Teamzy dashboard, right? And I'm going to kind of give you just a quick tour of some of this, and then I want to show you how to do a power hour. So when you first log into here, you can see where it says today's activities right here. You see this little rectangle right across the middle where it says today's activities. These are the goals that we set based on your income goal. So in my case, it was connect with 9 prospects, connect with 6 customers, connect with 4 distributors. Now, just to clarify, when I say connect, I don't mean sending them some cheesy sales script you got from corporate or from some other trainer on the internet. The kind of script that they know is scripted, trying to sell them. No, I just mean connect. Just reach out and connect. Just say hello. The goal is to just make their day. Okay? And if you start with that make someone's day mindset, you have a chance, they'll respond. You have a chance to have an actual conversation with somebody. Okay? Treat them like a human being. Have a conversation. The truth is you can't even help them until you find out what their needs are anyways. So we need to have a conversation with people, and so that's what Teamzy is going to help you facilitate. So we're going to connect with prospects, customers, and distributors. So my goal is 9, 6, and 4. Again, I'll get that done in less than 30 minutes. I've also got a goal up here of shares. See the shares? My goal is 3 a day. And a share is quite simply when I share my business opportunity with somebody or when I share a product solution with somebody. Okay, that's a share. So we log those in Teamzy because that's a milestone, right? In the conversation when we share the business, then we log it. I'll show you what we do with that in a little bit. I've also got a goal to add new people to Teamzy every day. And this is one of the best disciplines for building your business. Even if you already have a lot of connections, it's to just be always looking for new people, to be introduced to new people, to meet new people, to add them to your Teamzy on a daily basis. So we have that as one of our dashboard goals. This is what I need to do today. There's no thinking or wondering, how do I be successful? I know that if I do these activities, connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, 4 distributors, share at least 3 times, and add 3 people to my list, I can put my tools down and I am done. And I have done 100% of what I need to do to get to that $150,000 goal. Does it make sense? I know, it's so cool. Now, as we start doing this, these circles will fill in. We'll get kind of a visual cue that we're making progress, which is really fun. Okay, let me just show you a couple other things. The PowerHour module right here is where we're going to do our work. But before I get there, I want to show you one thing. Before I show you this, I just want to show you the team page. So over here on the left, I'm going to click on team. Now, team is where all your contacts are. Okay. Teamzy is a full-fledged CRM. I don't know if you know what that term means. It stands for Contact Relationship Management System, right? CRM. It's a type of software. It's like a digital Rolodex, right? It takes care of all of your contacts. They're all here. Okay. They're all here, and we track all of their contact information. All of their social media links, their email, phone numbers, addresses, all that. And you keep notes, names of their dogs, spouses, birthdays, anniversaries. You keep all that stuff in here. Also, it tracks all of your conversations or, communication with them, however you do it, whether it's live, text, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, whatever. We track it all in Teamzy so that you have a record of all your conversations. Okay. So Teamzy does all that, which is great. And there's a million programs that do that. And they're quite dull, honestly. They're like having a filing cabinet, right? It's a lot of work of tracking, but it's important work. But the thing that Teamzy does beyond that kind of makes it special is the way it creates your Power Hour up next lists. Okay, so I'm just going to show you that in a second. I just want you to notice before I toggle off this page, see how every person has a number next to their name. Now, if I click on one, you can see that represents how many stars I've given them. Okay, so we use a very simple prioritization system in Teamzy. It's the 5-star scale. You guys are used to this. You use 5 stars to rate everything in your life, right? So we use it in Teamzy too. And the 5 stars allows us to rate the quality of relationship we have with somebody. And based on that quality of relationship, the 5 stars generate a different time frame for staying in touch with that person. Okay, so 5-star people are going to be your best relationships, your closest friends and family. They're going to come up on your list first. You can see on my Power Hour, I've got a couple of 5-star people up first. And then they cycle back automatically every 30 days. You don't have to worry about it that falling through the cracks. They come back automatically every 30 days. 4-star people, still very warm, really good, solid relationships, warm leads. 4-star people, they'll come up next and they come back every 60 days. Okay, so 5 stars every 30, 4 stars every 60, 3 stars. You see where this is going? 3-star people come up every 90 days. Now, the vast majority of your list will probably be 3 stars because most people, 80 to 90% of their contacts are 3 stars. 3-star people, you don't know which way they could go either way. You have no really clue until you start talking to them. So 3-star people come back every 90 days. 2 stars, now if you go down to 2 stars, they come back every 120 days. This makes sense? So the 5-star system is super easy. You want to rate your list so that Teamzy can intelligently create your contact list for you and cycle through the whole list. This allows you to be in regular contact of easily up to 5,000 people. How cool is that, right? And nobody falls through the cracks. You can, of course, move people up and down depending on how their relationship progresses. And that's kind of the goal, isn't it? Okay, so now taking a look at this PowerHour module, this is on the dashboard. See, the truth is I don't ever have to go back into the files. Everything's right here. So when I come into Teamzy to do my PowerHour, it gives me my 4 lists right here on the left. My prospects, my customers, my distributors, that's my team. You might have a version of Teamzy that has a different word for your team, but that's the generic term, distributors. And then my follow-ups. Okay, so I've got 4 lists. Now notice that these lists only have 5 people on them at a time. That's on purpose. That keeps me focused. That keeps me from getting overwhelmed by how many people I have to connect with, right? It also keeps me from skipping around too much, which will definitely sap your productivity if you start doing that. Now, on the left side of my list, on the right-hand side is where I log the message I send them so that it's tracked as I go. Because the last thing we want you to do is have to come back and do homework later. So when you do your Power Hour, you log into Teamzy, it tells you who to connect with. Boom, it's logged, done, next person. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so let me show you how to do this. The first person on my list, and always start from left to right in your Power Hour. Always go from left to right, so prospects first. This seems obvious when you're starting, but after you're about 2 months in and you have a lot of follow-ups, you want to go there first, but just start with prospects first. This is an important coaching moment, you guys. Because if you stop doing the prospect reach outs because you feel like now you're busy, you will find that the conversations will dry up, the pipeline will be empty, and you got to start over. Okay, so don't, it's okay to be a little overwhelmed because you've created so much momentum in your business. Let me just tell you something. Successful people are just as overwhelmed as unsuccessful people. The difference is instead of being overwhelmed with worry and anxiety, they're overwhelmed with opportunity. So which overwhelm do you want to choose? Okay, cool. So let's dive in here. So I'm going to start with my prospects. The first prospect on my list, who's up next, is Jay. We're going to message her. Now, I'm Facebook friends with Jay, so I'm going to send her a message on Facebook. So I've got Facebook open right here in a separate tab, ready to go. Okay. This is where I used to get stuck. What will I say to her? What am I going to message her? And a lot of people get stuck here, or they've tried using scripts from their uplines or from corporate, and they've kind of fallen dead because they're salesy. So let me just kind of give you an idea of how I get in the make someone stay mindset. First of all my scripts are in Teamzy for you to use. Even on a free trial, you have full access to my scripts library. Okay, it was important to me that you could use these and be successful even in your free trial month. So right here in this activity box, see where it says scripts? Click on that. And this will bring up all the different types of scripts. Now I'm going to grab one for Facebook Messenger. And you can see there's a bunch here. So I'm just going to grab the first one off the list, connect number 1. And here's how it reads. It says, "Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day is awesome." Super simple. Okay, super simple. And again, it's designed to connect, to have her smile, and so that she'll respond. So what I'm going to do is I just clicked on copy script. I don't know if you saw me click. There's a big button that says copy script. I copied it to my clipboard. I'm going to paste it into Teamzy. Now, the reason why it goes to my clipboard is because you could go right to Facebook and send it. But I like to put it in Teamzy so that I can do the editing here. That way I don't send the wrong name, which I've done lots of times. So it's one short 2-second extra step, but it keeps me from eating humble pie too much. So look, I'm just picking a couple of emojis to put in my message, just customizing that script a touch, making sure I have the right name. So now it's the right name. I've got a couple of emojis. I'm ready to send it. So I'm going to copy this again. And I'll just toggle over to Facebook, look up Jay. Okay. There she is. And we'll send her this message. Paste it in there. There it is. Hi, Jay. Just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day's awesome. Send. Done. This is this part where you don't want to overthink it. Just send it. Okay. Now I'm going to toggle back to Teamzy and we'll log this. That was a Facebook message. See the big blue button that says log connect? Click. Done. So now look at my dashboard. 1's done, 8 left. This little circle is starting to fill in. So what I'll do now is I'll go to the next person. I'll just paste in that same script. Why overthink, right? Just change the name. You guys can get so fast at this. Okay. There it is, ready to go. Same thing. Toggle over to Facebook, send her the message, then come log it in Teamzy. 2 done. Next one is Julianne. Again, just keep going. Especially the first time you're working through your list, just use that same script. It's fine. It's just a hello script, so it's not like anyone's going to be like, he said hello to me. Well, how exactly did he say hello? Okay. So look, there it is. Wait, that's the last name. See? Can't be too rapid. You'll make mistakes. Unless you're good friends and you call each other by the last name, you know, like school friends and stuff. Okay, here we go. You guys see how easy this is? I'm going to go send her that message. I'm going to log it in Teamzy and it's done. You can see I've got 3 done and it's starting to fill in. So when I'm just going to work my way down that prospects list, just sending a little make someone stay message to start a new conversation. Okay. My goal was 9. So I'm just going to go down the list until this circle's all the way blue. That tells me I'm done with my goal for today. Now you don't need to keep going. It's going to start getting fun, but you can just finish today's goal and then go to the next list, which is customers, and just click on it and it toggles it over to the next list. Okay. Now, remember guys, if questions come up while we're doing this, you can put those in the Q&A queue now and we'll get them later. So we're going to connect now with our customers the exact same way. Our goal is to reach out and make their day. Okay. Now, this is so important. This is so important because people forget how crucial customers are to the business. Okay. I want you guys to know customers are a gold mine. Even the customers who have canceled or are no longer active, your inactive customers. We just had this talk in our Teamzy Elite Bootcamp recently that I want you to start calling past or canceled customers, start calling them inactive customers. Just start calling them inactive customers, okay? Because they're not really, they don't call themselves past or canceled, they're just inactive. And if you think of them that way, you'll be amazed how those relationships, not only will they come back time and time again as active customers, often they'll join your team down the road, but they will for sure introduce you to friends and family too if you treat those relationships correctly. So let me just talk to you a little bit about why it's so crucial to stay in touch with customers. Now, Teamzy's made this so easy. You put everybody in there, you star your customers the same way, 5, 4, and 3, and 2 stars, and they just automatically come into your PowerHour. You just reach out to make their day. I want you guys to know you can forget all those overcomplicated follow-up systems you have for customers. Oh, I need a call. I need a message on the 12th day, the 18th day, the day before it ships. That doesn't matter. If you're in regular contact, you've got everything covered, okay? And those overcomplicated follow-up systems, they're just that. They're overcomplicated. Nobody keeps up with them. Nobody keeps up with them. I don't care how awesome a leader is. 100% of every person I've talked to over the past 5 years in this business, yeah, I don't really follow up like I should. Keep it simple, right? That's what Teamzy's designed to do. So let's show you how to do this. We're just going to stay in touch. Now, 3 magical things happen when you stay in touch with your customers. So again, to connect with Elliot, I'll do the same thing. I'll go to my scripts. I'll get a script for a customer. Now, these are specific to customers. So here's a good one. Congratulations on great results. Okay, so this would be a great script for, congratulating them for results they've received from using your products. Whatever it could be, right? Could be health, nutrition, losing weight. It could be that they skincare, they've had great results. It could be they look amazing with their new makeup. Could be that you're selling home cleaners that are non-toxic. Congratulations on making such a great decision for your family. Okay, so you can use these scripts. They're just great ways to connect. Here's another one. I love this one. Hi, John. How are you enjoying the products? And you substitute in what product they're specifically using. Please send me an update and let me know how I can be of help. This is such a great way to talk to a customer about how the product's going. Send me an update. So look, you may not have even opened this dang product. It could be sitting on your shelf and you could be sitting there going, oh, shoot, I've got 3 bags of this. Send me an update. Would it be good to know that your customer has 3 bags? Yes. Would it be an opportunity for you to maybe get them engaged with the product and save a customer from canceling? Yeah. So all of these things are great. You can use, this is my favorite script for customers is this one. Hi, Jane, just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. How cool is that? So look, let's just, for example, by the way, if you've never used this script, those of you who are Teamzy users and just coming on to learn a little bit more, use this script tonight with a customer you love and see how it goes. People love it. Okay, so the same thing, you can copy the script, you put it in there, you change the name. It's exactly like sending it to a prospect, okay? You go find Elliot, send him the message, log it in Teamzy. Now, it works the same way. My goal was 6 customers. I'm just gonna go down my list, whoever's up next, and I'm gonna connect with my 6 customers, okay? This is where the magic happens, because when you actually do it, when you actually stay in contact with your customers on a regular basis, there's 3 magical things that happen. Number 1, wow, you started providing the service you always wanted to provide in your business. It's excellent service, being in touch, right? But number 2, when you're in regular contact with customers, statistically, they order more product and they retain longer. Okay, so when you're in regular contact with customers, they order more product and they retain longer. Now imagine what would happen if your whole team had that benefit. And we've seen it many times where team leaders have done a 30-day Teamzy challenge, and then they've come back and said, hey, our team volume went up 30% the first month. Yes, because everyone's in touch with their customers now. Now, on the flip side, little extra bonus, when you're in regular contact with inactive customers, they regularly come back. Pretty cool. Okay, the third thing that happens when you're in regular contact with customers is they bring you more customers, okay? Because the best place to get a new customer is from a current customer. Let me just say that again in case you're taking notes. The best place to get a new customer is from a current customer. There's no better way to get customers. There's no better, I mean, I could teach you about Instagram and Facebook, but that's not as good a source of new customers as a current one. Now think about it right now. Think about somebody that you have now as a customer that you love. Oh my gosh, my favorite person. I just adore this person. How can I clone this person and get more customers like this? Think about that person. Okay. Here's what's happening right now. That person's loving the products. They're loving you. And they are telling friends and family that. 100%. People who love the products and love you are telling friends and family. They're talking about it. That's what we do. We talk about it all the time. Okay, we talk about it all the time. And so what happens is they're talking to their friends and family about your products and about the results they're getting and about how much they're enjoying them. It's just casual conversation. But did you know that 82% of people say they make their purchasing decision based on a recommendation of a friend? 82%. So your customers talking to their friends about your product casually, those people are more likely to buy your product than anyone else. So are you getting introduced to those people? Or is it just happening? See, the key is the next step, which is being in touch with that customer so you can get introduced to their friends. Okay? Having them talk to their customer doesn't complete the circle for you. You have to get introduced to the customer. Take them under your wing and nurture them the way I'm teaching you to nurture your customers. Make sense? As you treat your customers with incredible service, like I'm showing you, they're going to be even more likely to want to introduce you to their friends because they know how you're going to care for them. Does this make sense? And I want you guys to know, those of you guys who have been out there grinding to build a team, grinding to build a customer base for who knows how long, and you're finally starting to make some income. You don't have to grind forever. If you build these relationships and deepen them, your current people will bring you people. They will bring you people constantly. It'll be predictable. This is why people are getting such great results with Teamzy. Okay. All right. So getting back in here to our Power Hour. Obviously, it takes you a lot less to do it than it does for me to talk about it, but you're going to work down your list. Just send little make your day messages to your customers until the pink circle is all the way filled in. Then you go to the last list, which is your team, and you're going to message distributors on your team the same way. Hey, I was thinking about you today. How's everything going? Is there anything I can do to make your day? How can I support you today? Just quick messages. Okay. This is where the name Teamzy comes in, because look, Creating new customers is huge. Recruiting new people to the team is huge. But losing people out the back end because they quit, that is such a bummer. And the number one way you could impact retention on your team is by creating a personal relationship with team members. So look, that's what Teamzy is designed to do. So stay in touch with your distributors, just like everybody else. Reach out to them. Look, I know you've got Facebook pages for your team and you're doing Zoom calls and things like that, but that's not the same as reaching out one-on-one, sending somebody a text, just saying, hey, I was thinking about you today. How's everything? Or I saw you got a new customer. Congratulations. Make sense? So the first half of your power hour, guys, is just these outgoing, make someone's day messages, prospects, customers, distributors. Boom, 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 boom. Just send them. Don't overthink them. Okay? You can also save your own scripts into Teamzy so they're there for you when you need them. So prospects, customers, distributors. My goal was $150,000 increase over the year, and I could easily do that in 30 minutes sending those messages. Now, the second half of my power hour is this last list, which is follow-ups. The follow-ups, I'm going to follow up with the people who've shown interest. Now, notice there's nobody scheduled on this list. The follow-ups list in Teamzy is not automatic. Staying in touch through prospects, customers, and distributor lists, that's automatic. We put people on the follow-ups list manually when we have shared with them. Okay, so the follow-ups list becomes the qualified people who have said, yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested. These are the people that we're really following up on. So all of these great conversations, they're like a filtering system for us to find the people who are interested. And then we start following up professionally with them. So let me show you how this works. I'll just kind of give you guys a quick example. So in the beginning of the power hour, we messaged my friend Jay. Great. Just a, hey, Jay, how's it going? Hope you're having a great day. She responds, oh my gosh, great to hear from you, Eric. Now we're having a little light banter, right? And I'm having a great option to have a conversation with her. So just to kind of give you guys what I would do, let me just kind of give you my tips for this conversation. Again, I don't have time to go deep into it. A lot of you guys know as you're exploring Teamzy, we do a lot of deep training on how to have these conversations in our boot camp. We also have a training course called The Art of Creating Conversations That Convert. But basically, the best thing to do is just find out what's been going on in her life, okay? And again, I love the phrase, send me an update. Send me an update. It's like a magic phrase. What have you been up to? Send me an update. How have you guys been doing? Send me an update. Have you had a great summer? Send me an update. Okay, so the send me an update, what it does is it takes the, what should I talk about with him out, and it just gives her, oh, that's easy. I can send him an update. And people will typically start talking about their kids and their spouse and their families, right? And then now you can ask them questions. Well, how's that going? Or, just get interested. So now you're having a really nice conversation with them, finding out what's going on in their lives. Ask them about work. Ask them about whatever, okay? Just be interested. And what happens is now that they've talked about themselves so much, and maybe this is via text or messenger, maybe it's over a few days you're having this conversation, it's really natural now for them to want to know what's going on with you. So this is your chance to go, well, let me tell you what's been happening with me. And you give them an update about your family and about your hobbies and about what's going on with you. And then since they talked about work, you're going to tell them about your business. Do you guys see how some of you are like, light bulb? This makes it so easy to talk about your business, you guys. You don't have to be cheesy or salesy. You don't have to make them feel like they have a target on their back. You tell them, write this down, tell them what you do specifically and why you're passionate about it. Tell them what you do specifically and why you're passionate about it. Okay, now here's what I want you to know. If you message me out of the blue and haven't talked to me since high school, and you message me a link and say, check out this awesome new business opportunity, I think you'll really like it, I'm going to unfriend you. True? But if you message me and we have a great conversation and we catch up on what's been going on in our lives, and I find out, oh my gosh, you've got a new business and you're incredibly passionate about helping people with it, my response is, wow, good for you. Great, that's cool. Good for you, man. Totally different. You see the difference? We want people to understand you're on a mission to help people. And this is the way to do it. So now they're proud of you for having this amazing business instead of crossing the street to avoid you. You see the difference? It's huge. So as you're telling somebody about what you do and why you're passionate about it, I used to, years ago, I was a Beachbody coach. I helped people lose weight and get healthy. And I would tell people, I lost 60 pounds. It changed my life. Now I help other people do the same thing. It's been incredible helping people change their lives like mine's been changed. People are like, wow, that's so cool. Good for you. Okay. So then you just ask them, yeah, let me know if you'd like to learn more about it. I'd be happy to send you some information. Just let me know if you'd like to learn a little bit more about it. Okay. That's it. Or if somebody you cares about needs info, please connect me with them. I say, yeah, well, I am kind of curious. Let's talk a little bit more. Great. Now I'm going to move them to the next level. Okay. I'm going to move them. They say, yeah, sure. I'd like to learn a little bit about it. Great. Now I'll move them to the next level. If they say, no, thanks, no worries. Hey, it was great connecting with you. Do me a favor though. If you do come across anybody that you care about that needs help in this area, please connect them with me so that I can get them some info. Sure. I'll do that, Eric. No problem. Your nose, you guys, will promise to introduce you to their friends if you do this right. Okay. And then they're in Teamzy. So this person comes back in 90 days. Hey, checking in again. Each time they get a little warmer. Does this make sense? Now, let's say Jay says, sure, I'd like a little bit more info. Great. So now I'm going to bring her to the next level. My goal is now at this point is to try to get her on a Zoom or a FaceTime or something, right? Face to face. You know, we can't really meet people lately these days ever since the whole crazy virus thing has changed the way we do everything. But we can definitely get online. We can get on a Zoom call. We can get on a FaceTime. We can get on a Google chat, whatever it is. So I'm going to try to move her to the next level. So she says, yeah, I'd like some more info. Great. Hey, are you able to jump on a FaceTime right now or a Zoom right now? Yeah, I'm going somewhere in 10 minutes. No problem. It'll take 5 minutes. So we jump on a call and we just talk for a few minutes. Let's just say, for example, we have a great Zoom and we're talking and I'm just asking her some questions, finding out what it was about what I told her that interested her, where she needs help, finding out her goals, you know, just to see if I can help her, you know. So we're having this chat and I'm taking notes. How would I do this in Teamzy? Let me just show you guys how to do this. I kind of gave you some background on how I would have the conversation. Now we'll go back to Teamzy and log it. So I'm going to open up Teamzy here. Where is it? Here we go. First off, Jay's not on my dashboard anymore. So for me to log this Zoom call with her, I have to go to her record. And I do that by looking her up right on the top. Okay. Just a little piece of her name will do it. It takes me to her record. Okay. Now, once I'm here, I open the connect box by clicking the blue connect button. And now it looks just like it did on the dashboard, right? Cool. So I'm going to log that we had the Zoom. That would go under video chat. Great, because there's 7,000 ways to video chat these days. And so now in Teamzy, I'm going to put all the notes from our Zoom. You know, I often would do this live while we're talking. I would just say, hey, do you mind if I type some notes while we talk? Type it right as we go. Now, I want you to notice something right here in the bottom left. See where it says share? Right there. So if I'm just having a connect with her, I just log it as a connect. But if I actually share my business or product solution with her, I'll click on share. Okay. And now I can take it off connect and I can put it on business opportunity or products. So if I share a product solution, I'll click a product share. If I did both, I'll click business opportunity. So let's just do that as an example. Now, as soon as I moved this to share, look what happened. It toggled my follow-up. Now it gave me a default follow-up 2 days from now. Basically what this does is Teamzy recognizes a share and says, you need to follow up with this person. But you can change this. You can click on it and change it to any time. I'm going to change it to tomorrow because I like to follow up immediately. Okay. So what happens when I log this connect? Now I've logged that we had a Zoom. My notes are there. And I logged that I shared the business opportunity on the Zoom. And now I've set a follow-up for tomorrow. Okay. So let me just go to the dashboard and show you what happened. I have a share logged. See that? Now, if you go to my follow-ups list, remember it was empty? Now you'll go there and you can see Jay's there. And it's hard to probably see the yellow on your screen, but that yellow says tomorrow. So it's yellow when it's tomorrow. It's green if you have more than 2 days, you don't have to worry about it. And it's red when it's due. Just so you guys know, it's a little color-coded, that word. So I have a follow-up scheduled for Jay tomorrow. So let me just show you how I do my Power Hour tomorrow, and then we're going to get to Q&As. So tomorrow when I log in, I connect with my prospects the same way I just showed you, whoever's up next, then my customers, the same way I showed you, whoever's up next, my distributors. Then I go see if I have any follow-ups due. I will see then that this follow-up is due for Jay. So I'm going to send her a follow-up message. It's just like sending a regular connect, you guys. It's just now it has a little different purpose. So go to scripts again. This time I'm going to get a follow-up script. Now, just to help you guys out, I put my 10 follow-up scripts that took me years to refine in Teamzy for you to use. They are numbered in order. You cannot mess this up. So get follow-up number 1. Here it is. It reads like this. Hi, Jane. Just checking in like I promised I would What questions do you have for me? Okay, so I love this script, by the way. I love this script. So when you're having that conversation, when you're finishing up that conversation, you guys, always finish it with, hey, I'll check in with you tomorrow and see if you have any questions. Okay? Because you're sending them, I'm sending you right now the link to make your purchase and sign up, right? I'm sending that to you now, and I'll check in tomorrow and see if you have any questions. So you're going to check in tomorrow, find out, to congratulate her on joining your team, or you're most likely following up because she didn't actually buy, right? So I copied that script. I'm going to paste it in here, change the name to the correct name, ready to go. Okay. So this is just like a regular connect. You go send it to her. There she is. She's already on my page. And we're just going to send her this message. So I'm sending her the follow-up. Okay. It's sent. Now, when I log this in Teamzy, pay attention to this detail. Before you hit log connect, hit follow up and set a new one. So let's follow up again. Let's say 2 days from now. Okay. And you can leave yourself a note. This is going to be follow up number 2 that I'm sending in 2 days. Okay. So now it's logged. Always set a new follow-up when you're following up with somebody. Now, once you've moved somebody to the follow-ups list, meaning that you've shared a business opportunity or product solution with them, you should keep them on that follow-ups list pretty much forever until they convert. Okay, keep them on that follow-ups list pretty much forever until they convert. Most people only follow up 3 or 4 times. I'm here to tell you the vast majority of people won't even respond to 3 or 4 follow-ups. Like, you just get nothing back but crickets. Has that happened to you guys? And then we give up on them, and then they end up signing up with somebody else. So here's what I want you guys to understand, that 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. Okay, 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. So you need to be following up more than 3 times if you want to get most of those opportunities. Okay, so I want you to know there is a way to follow up 10 times or more and not be annoying. People will love you for it. They'll tell their friends, oh my gosh, the follow-up is incredible. Believe me, it's true. Okay, I'll teach you really quick, and then we'll do Q&A. I know I'm already at the tail end of my promised time, so let me just teach you this really quick, how to follow up without being annoying, and then we'll do Q&A. So it's very simple, and I learned this over the years. Being in the business, coaching and consulting business, people paid us a lot of money to talk a couple times a month about their business, and then what was amazing was they would not show up for their scheduled calls. They would hide from us. Why would people hide from their coaches they're paying? Because they were embarrassed they hadn't done the work, right? So we had to find creative ways to get them to answer the phone, to get them to come back to the table so we could help them. And over time, I learned there's a couple of ways to follow up with somebody so that they don't get annoyed and they appreciate your care. Okay? So I want you guys to understand first this principle, and then I'm going to teach you how to do it. Following up is an act of love. I want you to understand that following up is an act of love. If you're in this business because you want to help people, you want to change people's lives for the better, you have to understand that your product and your business opportunity are not relevant to this person until they've purchased it. Until then, the only thing you have that can serve them is your ability to follow up and show them you care. So following up is an act of love. And when you give up on somebody after 3 or 4 follow-ups because they haven't responded to you, you're showing them that you don't care about them. Listen, how many of you guys have raised kids or are in the process? I've got 4 kids. I have to tell them to brush their teeth every single day, and usually about 8 times a day each, to get it done twice. Can you imagine if I just gave up after the 4th time they ignored me? Would that be showing my care? I know maybe that's a bad analogy, but the point is, guys, following up is an act of love. Now, here's how to follow up without being annoying. There's 2 principles, okay? Now, just use my scripts. There's 10 in Teamzy, numbered in order, and they follow these principles already. But the 2 principles, when you've already shared with somebody and now you're following up, number 1, don't ask them to do anything. Don't ask them to do anything in your follow-up. The follow-up is not homework for them. So they don't need to call you. They don't need to respond. You have an event coming up, don't ask them to RSVP again. Don't ask anything of them. Okay? That's number 1. Because if they're busy doing something right now, that can become annoying. Okay? The number 2 principle is this. When they receive your follow-up message, they must be able to read the entire message on the lock screen of their phone without opening the message. Okay, let me say that again. When they receive your message, they must be able to read the entire message on the lock screen of your phone without opening the message. Why is this so important? Because most likely your message will come at a terrible time. It's a time they can't respond to you. So what happens is when I know that I can't respond to you, I am not going to open the message. How many of you guys do this? Because it sends a read receipt. And since I know I don't have time to respond, I look like a jerk. So I'm not going to open the message. However, I do want to know what it says. Oh my gosh, we want to know so bad what it says. We're wired this way. So make it easy on them. Keep it short. Now, if it was a long message and I see ... now I never know what it says because I'm not going to open it. Make sense? So keep it short. Make sure they can see it on the lock screen of their phone. I'm looking at my phone in case you wonder what I'm looking at. Look at the lock screen of the phone, because even if their hands are deep in preparing dinner and they're handling raw food, they'll look at their phone and they'll read the message. Even if they're driving their car, sometimes they'll see that notification. Like, you need it short and sweet. All you want them to do is get your message and know that you care, know that you love them. Okay? Because what happens is most people don't respond at all to 5, 6, even 7 messages just because they're busy. They mean to, but they don't. And we think they're ghosting us, or they're not interested, or their husband's a jerk, or they have no money, or it's the economy. It's none of that. Okay? When they told you they were interested, they meant it. They're just, it's not their top priority. What will happen is around 7 follow-ups, maybe long after most people give up, you'll get a response, and it'll be something like, "I'm so sorry I haven't responded. Thank you so much for staying in touch." Okay? And now you're in the conversation with them again. I just want you guys to know, every time you go through this process of sharing with somebody who's interested, about 30% of them will close in the first week, and the rest of them will take longer. They might take a month. They might take a year. This follow-ups list in Teamzy is how you manage it. It is magical. You start new conversations every day. Some of those conversations fizzle out, no problem. They come back in Teamzy in a month or 2. You keep them going. But the conversations that go somewhere, they move to that follow-ups list, and you keep following up professionally on that list. Here's what I will tell you. Every single month, every single week, you have people closing off that follow-ups list. It is like clockwork. Steady, steady, steady business. No more stress, no more worry. It just becomes really fun. Does this make sense? All right, let me show you how to finish her off in Teamzy. Again, if you guys have questions, load them into the Q&A so I can get to them in a second. Here's how we finish her off in Teamzy when she finally purchases. Okay, I'm gonna go to her full contact record again in Teamzy, and see right here, it says sale. First thing I'll do is click sale so that Teamzy knows we actually got a sale. So let's say she came in as a distributor. I'm gonna click on distributor kit. Now the drop down for sale types might be different based on your Teamzy version, but you pick what's appropriate and then click save. Okay, so now Teamzy knows there's a sale. That's important because it tracks your statistics on the business page. We're not gonna get there tonight, but the business page shows you how you're doing on closing and things like that. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a tag for whatever product she purchased so that I know exactly what product she's using, okay? And then I'll scroll down here where it says member type. I'm gonna take her from prospect to distributor by clicking on distributor, personally sponsored. That's how I take her through the whole process. Make sense? Okay, I know, it's pretty cool. Every time I do this, I think this is cool. And that's how you do it, you guys. You just log into Teamzy 5 days a week. You do your PowerHour. It tells you exactly who to connect with. It gives you ideas on what you can say, right? And you send those messages and you're done. Now, a couple of pro tips. I'm going to give you a couple action steps before I take any of your questions. Here's the pro tips. 1, I do recommend you set aside a little bit of time throughout your day to respond to the incoming messages, okay? So your PowerHour isn't necessarily where you're going to have the back and forth. You're just going to be sending all those messages. So for example, when I had a full-time job and was trying to do this on the side, I would do my PowerHour really early, like between 4:30 and 5 a.m. I'd get all those messages out. And then on my lunch break, I would answer messages for like 30 minutes. And I just had a real simple system. I tried not to open any incoming messages, and then I would sort my messages by unread and just answer every one of them. Super easy. And I did it again in the evening after my kids went to bed. So twice a day for 30 minutes, I just answered messages. So you can do something like that, and it keeps it really contained to a short amount of time, and you can be incredibly effective and efficient. Now, let me just throw you guys some action steps real quick, and then if we have some questions coming in, I'll answer them. Where'd my presentation go? Here it is. Okay, here's your action steps. Number one, if you haven't already started using Teamzy for the free trial, go set up your free trial. It's free, 30 days free. Let your team know about the 30-day free trial. Oh my gosh, get in there and work it together. If you're in a free trial now, you can set up your subscription at any point. Okay, we won't bill you yet until you get your free time. Your 30 days free is used up, but you can set it up now so that you don't miss a beat. Because remember, we didn't ask you for any payment info or anything when we gave you the free trial. So definitely get that set up. I also highly recommend that you choose at least one, maybe even two 30-day success partners to do this free trial time with you, or do the next 30 days with you. Just say, hey, let's try this Teamzy thing together for 30 days. Let's hold each other accountable, okay? Share what your goals are, how many contacts you're gonna be doing every day, okay? And what I recommend you do is when you're done for the day, you take a little screenshot of what you've completed and message it over to your teammate or your success partner, and ask them to do the same thing. This is so effective. Look, guys, if you don't do this, if you don't get a 30-day success partner, you'll probably just, log in a couple times and play with it. What we have found is that about 50% of the people who take a free trial actually use it, right? So which 50% will you be? Now, the 50% that do use it get great results. They end up being Teamzy family. We want you to get in there and use it. So get some success partner accountability. It's huge. What you don't do anything today, and then you get this text message that your success partner did it today. It's going to drive you to get it done, because we do more for others than we do for ourselves. And finally, I'll give you another challenge, my 5-day challenge. I challenge you to use Teamzy 5 days in a row. 5 days in a row. Okay, use Teamzy for 5 days in a row. And I want you to connect with 100 people over 5 days. So it's an average of 20 outgoing connects a day. Super easy. You could do this. Why do I want you to do this? Because it's going to blow your mind. You are going to get so many responses. You are going to be, frankly, you might be a bit overwhelmed by the response. And I want you to understand viscerally that you can create momentum in your business quickly and easily in 5 days. I want you to understand this, not only to know that Teamzy works and it's amazing, so that you fall in love and that we can work together and be part of your success story. But I want you to never believe the stories that you've told yourself and your teammates about how things are slow, or I've tapped out my warm market, or whatever stories you may have told yourself. In 5 days, you can create momentum anytime. So take the 5-day challenge and see for yourself. You guys will be amazed how many people respond, right? And over time, you're going to get much better at having those conversations and helping convert them. Oh, there's an old shot. We don't need to go there. Okay. All right. You guys got your action steps? Okay, great. So, we're going to do Q&A. Got one in there so far. Anybody else got Q&A dropped in there? All right. Marie has a question. She says, how do you keep your conversation short when you're following up on people who responded to you? I end up spending too much time on calls or follow-up. I feel like I'm so slow. Well, I'll be honest with you. If I get voice to voice with somebody or face to face, I tend to take a long time too, because I like to talk. Can you tell? But I'll also tell you that if you can get voice to voice or face to face for somebody and have a long conversation, you often, almost always, will be able to get a sale, because the more time somebody spends with you, the more trust you build, the more comfortable they feel. Does it make sense? Just like you guys who have been on this webinar now for how long, probably feel a lot more comfortable with Teamzy and with me because you've invested this time and you spent it with me. It's a specific, psychological effect that happens. So don't worry about that. Now, I did give you a tip a minute ago about how to keep your time invested short and sweet, and that is I'll give you a little extra. Schedule your power hour in your calendar. What time are you going to do your power hour? Okay, in Teamzy, schedule it. Make it an appointment. And then don't make it a distraction-free environment. So when you're going in there and doing your power hour, just get focused and do it. And then set aside a couple of 30-minute blocks throughout your day to respond to messages, and only respond to messages then. Okay. And that way it keeps you focused and you can just get right to it, if that makes sense. It's okay if a message conversation stretches over a couple of days. That's totally normal and expected, especially if you're doing things like Facebook Messenger, okay, or Instagram direct messaging. All right, cool. Hopefully that helped, Marie. Okay. Do we have any other questions coming in the Q&A? You guys are making it really easy on me. Let me just look into my group real quick and see if I have any with the live group on Facebook, if we have some questions there. Let's take a quick look. Let's see. Wow, 43 comments. Okay, cool. Somebody's asking questions. They're asking me what apps are you using to send messages. Okay, so when you're sending messages, you're not actually sending the messages from Teamzy. Teamzy's helping you know who to connect with, what to say, but then you got to go send the message. So you text it to them, from your phone. If you're on a computer, you can use a texting app. So I use Mac, so I use Messages app, which comes standard with Mac, which connects to my iPhone. So I can send text messages from my computer. My phone, it's a no-brainer. Just text it, right? Just copy it into my text. If you have an Android type phone, then Google also has a texting app you can get on your computer. Facebook Messenger is its own app. It's on my computer, so I send messages that way. Instagram's on my computer. I can send it. So the point is that you just use the messaging app as you would. Teams is giving you structure and telling you who to connect with, what to say, and then it gives you a place to log that conversation as it goes. Okay, great. Okay, let's see. Hold on, it's not showing me all the comments. Okay, I don't know if I see any other questions, which is okay. But hopefully this was really helpful, you guys. Teamzy is, once you get past the setup stage, and again, we're here to help you with that, it's so easy to use. It's just something that you can do every day, know exactly what to do, and get it done. So hopefully this was really helpful. Welcome to our Teamzy family. God bless you guys. Have a great night. Talk to you soon.